Hey, welcome to Cheaper Jeeper TV, the show that helps you get the most for your money so that you get the most for your Jeep. I'm Dino, your host. Glad to see you here. In this week's episode, we're going to let you know who won our 4,000 subscriber giveaway draw, and then we're going to discuss the things that you want to consider when rust-proofing your Jeep. So stay tuned. So stick around. What? I think you're getting rusty. And now it's time to announce the winner of our 4,000 subscriber appreciation gift draw. Thanks to all of those who subscribed and who have entered the competition and shared their favorite episodes. It was very interesting. But now, here is the winner. Dennis Connor. Congratulations, Dennis, for sharing that the sleeping platform video was one of your favorites. In fact, that was a very popular one amongst our subscribers. So don't forget, make sure you reach out to contact@cheaperjeepertv.com with your shipping information so I can get the Jeep hat out to you. Congratulations. So, why would you want to rust-proof your Jeep? Well, for starters, whether your Jeep is new or just new to you, it's something that you've invested in and you want to look after it. For example, you won't have to make repairs to rusted out body components or frame components or even suspension components. A lot of the bolts and everything that are underneath your Jeep are going to be easily removed when it's time to make a repair. So it'll make those things a lot easier. Plus, if you ever were to resell your Jeep, it would help the resale value of your Jeep. So there's lots of financial incentives for rust-proofing your Jeep. So what types of things should you consider when rust-proofing your Jeep? Well, for starters, let's discuss the types of rust-proofing products that are out there. You can get electronic rust-proofing, where the dealer will try to sell you a device that you mount inside the engine compartment. It's connected to your battery. It sends a charge to the metal in the Jeep, and it's supposed to inhibit rust from occurring on your Jeep. From what I have seen online, from auto journalists and other YouTubers, that product doesn't work. So as Cheaper Jeeper TV, I'm going to save you some money by telling you avoid that product. Don't even bother. At least that's my opinion based on what I've read from multiple auto journalists and YouTubers online. Then you've got the items like the rubberized or tar-like compounds that you paint onto the underside of your Jeep. Well, those products give a hard coat to your frame and the inside of your fenders, and the problem with those is they eventually dry up, crack, and then the salt and the brine that they put on our highways these days creeps into those cracks, and then that tar-like product holds that salty brine up against your frame and causes more rust than if you were not to use that product at all. Plus, you don't even see the damage it's causing until it's too late. So those are well known not to be that effective. Now, the waxy spray type of products or the oil penetrating type products, those are known to be fairly effective. And rather than I recommend to you all the different products out there, I'm going to put a link in the description section below of this video, which will show you a YouTuber who had tested all different types of these kinds of rust-proofing products. He ranked them according to their efficiency at protecting the metal from rust, as well as ranking them in their efficiency of remaining stuck on the metal, because these types of products are known over time to wear off, wash off, or as some off-roaders know, when you're dragging your Jeep across some dirt or some mud, a lot of the product could get rubbed off, which is why these types of products require an annual reapplication. So in that video, you could look at his top 5 rated products, and you could buy high-end compressors, some wands and spray guns, and you could just buy the product yourself, save some money by doing it yourself. But the issue with that is you have to invest in the equipment, and then you need a place to do the spraying, and it does create quite a mess. Now, if you choose to not do it yourself, you could look at the top rated products in the video I recommended and see which one of those has a franchise near you and just pay them to rust proof your Jeep. The nice thing about having it done at the franchise is that they also offer a warranty. And in our tips segment, I'm going to share with you which of the products I chose, and I'm going to discuss a little bit more about that warranty as well. Now, what about time of the year? Is there a best time of the year to rust-proof your Jeep? Essentially, when you first get your Jeep, that's the time to rust-proof your Jeep. Now, some people will say, actually, it's better to rust-proof your Jeep just before the winter, so you got a lot of the product on the Jeep and it won't already have rubbed off or washed off, and it'll protect it during the winter. Which, I understand the logic of that, but some of these rust-proofing companies also state that putting it on in the spring or when it's a little warm, it allows the product to seep into the metal and into the seams to help protect your Jeep. In fact, here's Andy from Krown Rustproofing in Guelph, Ontario on just this topic. Let's have a listen.
Spring is the best time of year. People tend to put it off to the fall, thinking that they should do it just before the winter. But the advantage of the spring is that now is when the salt eats your vehicle the most, when the weather warms up. So by spraying it right after the winter, you're treating it while the salt is still on it from the winter. And as well, in the warm weather, all through the summer, Krown can keep moving on your vehicle. So there's many reasons to get it done in the spring.
So now let's move on into our tip segment, where I'll share with you my choice for rust proofing and why I did it, along with some cost saving tips. Now for some cheaper Jeeper tips.
Well, for my Jeep, I chose to have the rust proofing done through Krown. Now let's have a listen to Andy at the Krown franchise in Guelph, Ontario as to why you might want to do the same.
Well, there's a lot of reasons. Certainly Krown is the #1 rust-proofing company in the whole world. And really we are in several countries now, in Europe as well as the United States. We have around 300 dealerships, and most people in the industry, body shops and garages would recommend Krown as the most effective product. Certainly vehicles are so expensive to maintain and to buy that another $150 or so per year to keep it rust-free is well worth the investment.
You can see here how the product is applied to the vehicle. Through the use of a compressor, the product is sprayed onto the vehicle using some special wands and spray guns. In theory, the product migrates and spreads over the vehicle, filling in all the metal seams and any places where wires join connectors to provide a barrier from the salt and moisture.
So now let's have a look around at the Jeep and see the impact of the rust proofing after having owned the Jeep for 3 years and having already put on over 128,000 kilometers, as well as a couple off-road trips.
So does the product work? Let's have a look at the underside of my Jeep. And considering the kind of salt and brine solutions that they use on the highways in Canada and all the blasting it's taken over the kilometers driven, I think it doesn't look too bad. What do you think? By all means, feel free to leave your observations in the comments section below.
Now, if you choose, for example, to go with a franchise, for me it was Krown Rustproofing, you should go and check out what the discounts are so that you don't pay full price.
You could find promotions online like this spring special offer where they offer you a $15 discount on the Krown Rust Protection application, a free salt eliminator desalting wash, and then a free Krown aerosol can. Now this is a $50 added value special that you can find online.
Also, they'll mail you various promotions. For example, here's one that I just took advantage of.
Once you're a customer of Krown, you'll receive extra customer appreciation promotions in the mail, like you see here. And these promotions often have a little extra for their customers to show appreciation. I believe in this case, I get an extra tire shine treatment for free.
So make sure, whatever your options are, to check out if they have promotions to save a little money. But what about these modern vehicles of today? Like, for example, this Jeep Wrangler JL. On a stock Jeep, the front and the rear bumpers are plastic. The front and rear quarter panels are aluminum. The front hood's aluminum. The rear tailgate's aluminum. The rear doors are aluminum, the front doors are aluminum. With all that aluminum, that's not going to rust. So do you rust proof those components? Now, what the franchisers of these products will tell you is that it's still good to spray because it'll help protect against corrosion. The spray will get into some of your electrical connectors and provide a barrier from moisture, which that might have a little validity, I think. And they also say it helps prevent corrosion between dissimilar metals. But the interesting thing is, if you look at the language of the warranty of these franchises that sell these products, they'll speak to you about rust and perforation in the warranty. You won't see corrosion in the warranty. That word won't be there. So the key things are that they're saying their product will warranty your vehicle from rust and perforation. So any surface rust is okay as long as there's no perforation. The warranty doesn't say corrosion. So on your Jeep Wrangler JLs, where you've got aluminum on the hood and the doors and the fenders, well, if you have corrosion where you see some bubbling and the paint flaking, the warranty isn't protecting you against that at all. So why even bother spraying the upper parts? So then the next question would be, hey, why don't I pay the lesser price of just getting the steel frame and tub sprayed with the product, and will the warranty then just cover those parts? Because those are the only parts that are going to rust, because the aluminum, all it will do is corrode. It will never rust, because rust occurs just in steel, not in the aluminum. And the aluminum won't perforate, because when it corrodes, it just gives off a layer of aluminum oxide, which will affect the paint, causing bubbling like we've observed.
So I've heard from Krown, and basically they said in order to qualify for the warranty, you need to have the complete application each year.
So it's a good shot, but
Krown went further to explain that it's a body panel warranty, so things like the hinges or smaller components of that nature would not be covered. They also explained that they wouldn't cover any corrosion that starts from the outside, from stone chips, scratches, or paint breakdown in any way. And interestingly, they also explained that during the application process, they protect the vehicles from the inside out, and if moisture is causing corrosion on the door or body panel starting from the inside, they would cover that regardless of the type of material that the door or body panel is made of. And then they also went on to add that aluminum vehicles are subject to a maximum repair cost of $5,000 over the lifetime of the warranty.
So make sure, whatever your options are, to check out if they have promotions to save a little money. And I figure I'm going to be paying somebody to apply the product anyway. Well, at least I get the warranty with it. Hopefully I won't be needing it. So now let's hear what our subscribers have to say.
And now for subscribers tips. This week's subscriber tip comes from last week's episode on how to do the chalk test to get the proper air pressure in your tires. Hey Jeeper TV, while this works for most tires, I found that the Milestar Patagonias that I run are very hard to chalk test and get full contact with the ground. Come to find out, they're designed to run more on the center of the tire than the full contact of the tire. Helps reduce the noise of that design. Anyone using Patagonias or looking at getting them, do some extra research and rotate them every 3,000 miles. Signed, Jason. Hey Jason, thank you very much for the subscriber tip. Very important information to know about. And if you have a subscriber tip and you'd like to leave it in the comments section below, please feel free to do so, as it may make it into a subsequent episode. Thank you very much.
Hey, that's it for this week's episode of Cheaper Jeeper TV. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, please remember to give the video a thumbs up because it helps out with the algorithm on YouTube. And if you are new to the channel and you want to see more, make sure you click on the subscribe button and the alert bell so you don't miss anything else. Till the next time, I'm Dino for Cheaper Jeeper TV. Be well, stay safe, take care.